Yeah, buddy, welcome back. It's the afternoon show, Dragon in the Afternoon, getting you through the work week, and it's hump day, and yeah, it's halfway through, buddy. we're hearing you holler.
Halfway through. A little wet out this morning today, but hey,
Yeah, a little wet, it's fucking...
Had a little water this morning, but hey.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to rain, because it wasn't in the forecast, because we had that cold snap yesterday.
Right.
And then it was supposed to be like almost fucking 60 degrees, but fuck no, it's not. It's fucking cold and rainy and gloomy and...
Well, hell, up where I live, they were calling for ice.
Yeah, I heard that.
But it was too warm and the ground wasn't froze, so,
Yeah, well, thank God for that fucking 75-degree weather, Hey, by the way, did it break any records?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
Well, I don't watch the news, so...
I don't either, so... If it's not on Facebook, I don't hear it.
Yeah. I did see that funny post that was on Styling Radio's Facebook that this is the Punxsutawney Phil's ex-wife, and he's a fucking liar. He owes back child support. I don't know who posted that. Somebody in our staff did, and I know we're going to get more involved with TikTok and more stuff with the radio and social media, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that in my news feed and I fucking died laughing. I was like,
that was pretty funny.
Punxsutawney Phil is a fucking liar asshole and he owes me back child support. Oh,
I know this lady. Sounds like my ex. No.
Whoever made that meme, that was good.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was from goodhumor.com or some shit like that. I think that's where it come from. I don't know. I've seen Good Humor post up stuff. They're the ones that's put up some of the pug videos.
Some of them are funny.
Yeah, that one where it's like, Mom, I just want to let you know it's 7:04 and you usually feed me at 7 o'clock. And the poor woman's in bed. But somebody made another one of those and it wasn't with a pug. I think it was with a husky or something. He goes, Mom. It's 10:30, and then on the nightstand there's a vibrator, there's condoms on the floor, and there's beer cans. And it's like, I know you had a rough night, but you ever going to feed me? And man, I fucking lost it laughing. So, I know you ain't got laid in a while,
Oh.
Yeah, there was a radio station. It had nothing to do with us, okay?
Right.
And they do prank phone calls, and boy, they got this woman good with this cat. And I don't know if I ever sent that to you or not, but...
I don't think so.
Apparently, they had this new device. If the cat meows, it knows what it's saying.
Oh, God.
And so the cat was there. The woman took the cat to the vet. Her friend set her up. And my God, it was funny. And so they called and they're like, hey, we have your... whatever the cat's name was, Let's say Betsy was the cat's name, right? I don't remember what the cat's name was. I was telling you a story. And, Betsy, she wanted to say hi to her mom. And the cat goes meow. And he goes, hello, Mom, I miss you. And she's like, is that real? And then she's like, meow, meow, like that. And it's like, the cat, and it was an AI voice and was like, and recently you changed my food. Can you please change it back to what I used to eat? And she goes, yeah, I did. Wow, how'd you know that? Well, and the woman on the phone was like, yeah, well, it's this new AI program that, we can understand what cat's saying. And the cat goes, meow, meow, like that. And it goes, Mom, stop being cheap and buy me the real food. Well, hold on. It's only a few dollars cheaper. And, I can only afford so much meow, meow. Well, just like you can't afford a real man. And, man, they got into it on the phone. And this woman was convinced that this fucking cat
was talking to
her, but the neighbor had fucking gave him all the shit to say. And man,
that's funny.
I tell you what, that radio show, I can't remember the name of the station, but it's like a girl's name and then a guy's name, whatever station it is.
Right.
And listeners, I would clearly tell you what the station is, but I can't remember the fucking name. This was months ago. But that one I remembered. And they also do like the Second Date Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
And this fucking one chick, I really love to see a picture of this chick. She thought he sold nuclear weapons.
Oh, shit.
And the name of the company is Sold Nuclear Ideas. So if you look at it, it looks like we sell nuclear items.
Right.
And she doesn't believe in war and all that. And no, it's a marketing company. And so, yeah, they had a date and all this. And, she fucking... And then they explained it to her over and over. And she finally got it. And she's like, oh, my God, I am so sorry. And this guy's like, yeah, I don't want to go on a second date with you and the radio station to pay for it. The other one that I remember was the guy said all corn nuts, like that, right? He dropped his so he went on a date, had sex with this girl, and then she never called him back, and he was just like, that's I really thought we had a lot in common. Well, when he was putting his pants on, he dropped his wallet and he goes, all corn nuts. Well, her uncle used to say that. And it freaked her out. So, this, and this, and, they're talking to the girl, and she says on the phone, that's what it was. And he's like, the chances of you two being related, that's slim to none. And he gets on the phone and he goes, is your mom Carol and your dad's name's Jim or something like that, right? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, oh, no. And then they're just like, well, what's going on? And he goes... And she goes, are you Bobby and Mary's kid? And he goes, yeah, it's my mom and dad. I had sex with my cousin, blah, blah, blah. and it was, it wasn't staged. I mean, this is real. And what's crazy about this is, they were like, well, we got to ask, are you willing to go on another date? And the guy was like, no, my family's going to disown me. And she goes... I'll call you in private. Oh. And I was like, whoa. So, yeah, I was, but I can't remember that. And now that I talk about it, it'll probably show up in my news feed. And if it does, listeners, I will clearly tell you what it is. But you can find it
you'll have to.
if you go to TikTok and put in radio jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Maybe we'll start prank calling people.
We should.
Yeah, I know some motherfuckers we can prank call. Yeah. But like, man, you know where your New Balances are? And they're in the trash can. That's what we ought to do. That's what we ought to do. We ought to call Foot Locker and ask if they got New Balances, and I'll just talk homosexual as fuck.
That's funny.
Be like, yes, girlfriend, you got those New Balances? Yeah.
Shit.
I don't even know if I can pull off a gay guy, but, hell, I'm willing to give it the college try, guys. Shit, Hell, nowadays, if you talk like that, they probably think you're normal.
Yeah. You just think you're a millennial or a
Well, I'll
Gen
tell you
Z.
something else that fucking grinds my gears, is these goddamn unisex bathrooms.
I know.
And why they get pissed off when you fuck in them?
Well, I don't see why they get pissed off.
I understand a unisex bathroom is on a plane.
They put the bathroom seat at just the right height.
Yeah, that's
Prop her
true.
right up on there, and
Yeah. Go to town.
Yep. If they don't want you fucking in them, don't put the sink that height.
Yeah. Yeah, make it real low to the ground.
Yeah.
Or make it real high.
Ain't no self-respecting girl gonna fuck over a urinal.
Yeah.
Or a toilet. But she'll fuck over the sink.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting. Because that is kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to join the Mile High Club. So if it's a Mile High Club, what happens if you fuck a girl in a Greyhound? What's that called?
I don't know.
I'm not saying I haven't done that, but allegedly it's been 3 times. So.
Yeah, I couldn't get my fat ass in a Greyhound with another girl. Shit, she'd have to be a tiny thing.
Yeah, man, I look, I get in that Greyhound bathroom. Shit, I thought that was a storage closet.
I'd be back here at the door, opening a leg hanging out. Don't be looking. Don't be looking.
I remember somebody did that on a school bus when I was a kid.
Yep.
He pissed on the car
Like
behind
in the
him.
back seat.
That was before they put those buzzers on the fucking thing. They just had the light.
Yep.
At least our school bus did. I mean, but yeah, when I don't know, man, that was like in 8th grade. I remember in high school, they changed it, and if that thing went on, if that thing got pulled, holy shit, the lights would flash on the inside and fucking buzzer and shit. But I was in a bus crash when I was a kid.
I was too in 4th grade.
Really, that was about around the same time as mine.
Mine didn't hit anything else. It was a rollover.
Oh shit, we almost rolled. Well, tell me your story, and I'll tell you mine.
Oh, I lived outside of Quincy, Illinois, and we had to go out to the country, and we had a substitute bus driver, and he took this curve too fast and drove off the edge of the curve.
Oh, yeah?
And we flopped over on our side off into the field.
No shit.
A couple kids got hurt. A bunch of kids got little scrapes and bruises, but one kid broke his arm, another kid broke his knee, and
well,
I got in a bunch of trouble. We were all in 4th grade.
Well, I got in trouble when I was a kid and got sent to a detention school for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And for beating... Basically, listeners, this kid was bullying me. And then when I got home, I got thugged by my dad while this kid was stealing my lunch money. Well, he wasn't stealing my money. He was stealing my milk.
Oh, that pissed me off.
And, like, he just walk up and take it off my fucking tray, right? So, my dad straight up told me, nobody takes anything that belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't defend yourself, but you make sure he touches you first, that's the key. If he touches you first, you have every right to beat his ass. And if you don't, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm like, okay. My mom was different. Turn the other cheek, son. I'll give you more milk money. Well, that's the problem with this fucking society nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Well, this kid come up, and he grabbed my milk, and I grabbed his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I made the mistake. I touched him.
Oh.
And he hauled off and fucking hit me and about knocked me unconscious.
Mm.
So I got home, and the side of my face was bruised, and he's like, what happened to you? I'm like, well, the kid took my milk, and I grabbed his wrist. He goes, well, here's the problem. You touched him. So I got my ass beat for it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fucked up scenario, but okay. Next day, the fucker come up, and he went to grab my milk, and I grabbed it before he did, and he grabbed me by my throat, and I took that milk, and I bashed him in the side of the head. Well, when he fell, I started kicking him in the face.
Good.
Well, here's the thing. When you kick someone in the face multiple times, you break their nose, eye socket, and everything else, and the school labels you as a problem child.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me to a detention school. Just a little backstory about the bus, okay? Mm-hmm. So we had to take it from Mitchell up to Alton, okay? Mm-hmm. And so every day, you know, we'd be on Route 3 right next to the river and come back, you know? Mm-hmm. And by the way, guys, it was like the medium bus. It wasn't the short bus. It was a medium bus, okay? I'm not that fucking retarded, okay?
Yeah, it was the short bus.
Yeah.
Fucking window licker.
Yeah, well, it was a medium bus, I'll tell you that. Well, I'm going to tell you what. We were driving on the highway. It was an older black lady that drove the bus, sweetest woman in the world, right? Mm-hmm. And we were driving, and she had a blowout, and that went down in the ditch, up the levee. We flew over the levee, down the levee, heading towards the river, and she cut that motherfucker and gassed it and got it back up. And I'm telling you, at one point, that bus, if someone had their hand out the window, they'd lose their hand. I mean, I remember grass coming in because we were sideways.
Yep.
And, yeah, that woman, it was a big deal. You know, it was an accident, and she was more concerned. Her and the bus aide, they were more concerned. We were just, I think there were some people got cut. Nobody got seriously hurt. We were just banged up pretty bad.
Right.
And the other thing that screwed up about this is she got on the radio. It took them 3 hours to come get us. So now you got parents of behavioral kids freaking the hell out where their kids are. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, there was if I remember right, I was a kid, but there was a lawsuit over it, and yeah, you know, and then I remember they had the counselors pull us out of class and ask us how we felt and all that. And
oh, geez, yeah.
But what's interesting is just like anger management, I went and saw a psychiatrist. This fucking school was like, he's fucking normal, just put him back in school. He don't have a behavioral issue. He had a fucking kid trying to steal his milk.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy is later on in life, I remember I was in high school. You know, I just thought about this. I ain't thought about that in forever. That kid ended up getting shot down in Madison running his mouth. So he didn't learn his lesson getting his eye socket and his teeth knocked and his nose broke. Later on in life, he had the same issue. So a lot of times, and I'm not an expert, but if your kids grow up to be a piece of shit, parents, you really need to look at yourself on what you did wrong. Because I'm telling you, I'm from Generation X. We used to get SWATs in school and shit. But these kids now, it's like, oh no, little Johnny needs to be in timeout.
Yeah.
No, you need to fucking put the kid on fucking Ritalin and take away the red dye in his food.
And quit negotiating with your kids.
Yeah, no shit.
If you do this, I'll let you do this. No, fuck that. Do it now.
Yeah, exactly, you know. And you see these kids at, like, the stores and stuff, and it's like...
running around like banshees and shit.
Yeah, and if there was, like, a kid, and they're like, Mom, I want this, and no, and sometimes I'll buy them the toy and give it to them, you know?
Unless they're being little assholes.
Yeah, unless they're being little assholes. There was one in Walgreens, oh my God, over the weekend. Holy shit. So, let me tell you, boys and girls, a story about buying soda nowadays. Well, I make good money, but then again, I don't feel like spending $12 on a 12-pack of fucking Mountain Dew.
Right.
So when it's on sale, I will buy a couple 12-packs. Right. So, make a long story short, Walgreens right now has buy 2 12-packs. Or no, it's actually... whatever the deal is, it's $12.
Right.
For 3 12-packs, okay? Because sometimes they got the buy 2, get 1 free or get 2 free, whatever, right?
Right.
And maybe it's Super Bowl weekend. I don't fucking know, you know? So, I'm like, I'm buying 9 of these motherfuckers, you know? So I take 1 to the register and then tell them, but there's this kid. And he's got to touch every fucking thing known to man. And the dad... was more concerned about who he was texting than trying to put his fucking credit card information in. And I'm just like, and the fucking poor girl, and it's like, Dad, can I have this? No, put it back. Dad, can I have this? I watched a kid just shoplift a bunch of shit. And I'm just like, I ain't even going to get involved. I'm going to stay in my own lane. Because I got to carry all these 12-packs out to my car. You know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean...
Yep.
I'll tell you something else, but we got to get back into the music here. But I'll tell you something else.
What's that?
The worst is when you're at a restaurant, you've worked your ass off all week, you've worked your ass off, and you're sitting down having a good meal in a restaurant, and there's some bozo in there with their fucking kids standing up in the fucking chair screaming and yelling because they didn't get what they want to eat, or they want ice cream, and it's like, man, if I would have done that when I was a kid, I would have got the shit kicked out of me.
Oh, man.
Or, and I'm sure you heard this one, if you cry, we're going to go out to the car and I'm going to give you something to cry about. Well, I done got the shit smacked out of me. I don't know what the car situation is going to be like, but I think I'm going to chill the fuck out. I don't need an extra applesauce.
Yeah, I never found out what that was going to feel like.
Man.
You want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Nope. I'm good.
I tell you what, man. My parents, man, you fuck up, they make you... Now, this is fucked up. They make you go outside and cut a switch, which is a small piece of a branch or something. And they whip your ass with it.
Yep.
Now, they say that's child abuse. So, I mean... But...
Well...
I tell you what, man. my parents, man, when I got married, I thanked them for all the ass whoopings I ever got. Man, I've been hit with switches, baling wire, a fucking lamp, several phones.
Oh, yeah.
I know my mom's in the hospital, and she, you know, when a cordless phone come out, she fucked me up with a cordless phone one day and then went back to talking to my Aunt Denise. Yeah, I just had to set his ass straight. Realistically, I don't even know what I did.
Well, my mom was talking on one of the old corded phones, you know?
Yeah.
And I came through the room, and I don't know what I did or said, but I did or said something. She bopped me on the top of the head with that damn phone. I thought I was going to pass out.
Yeah, I mean.
I did something, and she was like, bop, oh.
And
I had to go sit down. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, and I know some of you listeners are sensitive. Was like, that's child abuse. That's child abuse. That's just the way it was. You didn't see Leave It to Beaver go steal a fucking car or anything, did you? Or run around on fucking being a Crystal Methodist and all this other shit.
Crystal Methodist, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was going to say another word, but I think it just would have been a made-up drug. But fucking, nowadays there's so many names for drugs. I mean, fucking.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, one more thing before we go back into music. What the fuck is up with all the peanut allergies nowadays and all the EpiPens? We didn't have that shit growing up.
I was going to say, why didn't we have them back then?
Do you know anybody you went to school with that had a nut allergy?
Not my day.
I don't remember anybody.
But now half kids do.
Yeah. It's got to be something they're putting in the food that the parents are digesting, that they're passing off to their offspring. That's the only thing I can think of. You know, there was kids that had asthma.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's about all you really had, you know.
But peanut allergies are real, and seafood allergies are real. I've seen motherfuckers, their shit blow up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's worse now. It's like, you know, you go to these schools now, and every so often, you know, you see this, and break in case of emergency, and it's got an EpiPen in it.
I don't trust the FDA as far as I can throw them.
Well, I tell you what. But it's always made me question how the hell they sell a burger for $1, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, hell, fucking, double burgers, McDoubles are fucking, $3.99 now. $3.99.
Have you ever pulled up to the first window of the drive-thru and read the stuff on the door, on the window?
No, I don't know. Why?
There is a board there for people that are blind to use Braille.
Now, how the fuck are they driving?
How are they going to drive up to the drive-up window? Exactly. That's what I wanted to know.
I've never noticed that, but I have seen that.
The Braille writing there, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that at McDonald's, but then again, maybe I haven't paid attention, but I've seen it in, like,
It's in the damn drive-thru in Carlinville. I'm like, what the hell?
No shit.
I'm like, who's going to drive up there blind to reach out and read that?
You know, matter of fact, I think I have seen that in Carlinville's McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm not saying it's not true. It probably is. But,
yeah.
But then again, I don't go to McDonald's that often, but I do remember seeing something, calligraphy, and I was like, what the fuck is that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Yeah, no shit. I mean, that'd be like, you know, motherfuckers in America get these Chinese lettering tattooed on them. Over in China, they get English letters tattooed on them.
Nope.
You know, it just makes you wonder. Things that make you go, what the fuck?
Yep.
And on that note, guys, we're going right back into the music. It's Dragon in the Afternoon. We'll be right back. Only the #1 place for car music is Stylin' Radio. And you're right here.